Luxembourg, world's wealthiest country. The wealthiest country in the world, Luxembourg is a small but powerful country in Western Europe. As of 2024, its GDP per capita was an astounding $143,742. A number of elements contribute to this remarkable economic position, such as a strong financial industry, a prime geographic location, and extensive social services that improve the standard of living for the local population. In this video, we will emphasize 7 key points highlighting why Luxembourg is considered the world's wealthiest country. Number 7. High GDP per capita. With a GDP per capita of $143,742 in 2024, Luxembourg is a country with a vibrant economy that is the result of a special combination of factors. This number represents the high standard of living that the people enjoy, which is supported by an economy that prioritizes high-value industries. It is more than just a statistic. The entire economic output is divided by the population to get GDP per capita, which is then adjusted for purchasing power parity to take into consideration national differences in living standards. This high output in Luxembourg is supported by a diversified economy with strong industries like manufacturing, finance, technology, and logistics. Multinational companies, many of which have their European headquarters in Luxembourg, are a major factor in stimulating the economy and generating well-paying jobs. Furthermore, persistent economic growth has been brought about by the government's proactive approach to luring foreign direct investment, which has raised individual income levels even more. This confluence of elements not only raises the average income, but also creates a thriving consumer market that propels the economy forward. Number 6. Dominant financial sector. The core of Luxembourg's economy is the financial sector, which contributes about 25% of GDP and positions the country as a leading global financial center. With about 130 banks, including significant global players, Luxembourg has fostered an atmosphere that is favorable to the development and innovation of financial services. With assets under management exceeding $5 trillion, the nation is the largest hub for investment funds in Europe. It is especially well known for its proficiency in investment fund management. A supportive regulatory environment that promotes openness and adherence to global norms, thereby boosting investor confidence, underpins this dominance. Furthermore, Luxembourg offers financial services companies a number of incentives in addition to competitive corporate tax rates in an effort to draw in business. This industry can effectively serve a diverse global clientele because of the highly skilled and multilingual workforce. By encouraging green bonds and ethical investing methods in recent years, Luxembourg has also established itself as a leader in sustainable finance, following the global trends towards environmental responsibility and sustainability. Number 5. Cross-border workforce. Luxembourg's economy stands out for its reliance on a transnational labor force, with almost half of its workers traveling from nearby nations like France, Germany, and Belgium. This demographic dynamic allows Luxembourg to tap into a vast pool of skilled labor while maintaining a relatively small resident population of around 683,500. Cross-border laborers are vital to the economy because they fill critical jobs in a variety of industries, including finance, technology, healthcare, and construction, without putting a burden on local infrastructure or resources. Additionally, this model promotes cultural diversity in the workplace and the sharing of best practices and ideas among employees from various countries. Through policies that encourage cross-border commuting and investments in public transportation infrastructure, the government actively supports this labor model. Furthermore, social security agreements with surrounding nations guarantee that these workers contribute to Luxembourg's social security system and receive the proper benefits. This forges a win-win partnership that strengthens the local and regional economies and fosters social cohesion. Number 4. Strategic geographic location. Due to its Central European location, Luxembourg enjoys unrivaled access to the continent's main markets, making it a crucial logistical hub for trade and business. Luxembourg, which is tucked away between Germany, France, and Belgium, acts as a bridge for companies wishing to enter the European market. Large road networks that link it seamlessly to neighboring nations, rail systems that make cross-border cargo transportation efficient, and an international airport that improves air travel connectivity for both passenger and cargo transportation are all examples of this well-developed infrastructure. This accessibility helps local businesses looking to export goods and services worldwide and also draws in multinational corporations looking to set up shop in Europe. Moreover, enterprises can gain from free trade agreements and access to a single market with over 450 million consumers thanks to Luxembourg's membership in the European Union. Because of its advantageous location, Luxembourg has been able to draw a sizable amount of foreign direct investment, which has helped to strengthen its economy and build relationships with businesses around the globe that are keen to expand into the European market. Number 3. Comprehensive social services. Luxembourg is well known for its extensive social services, which greatly improve the standard of living and promote social stability for its citizens. The government makes significant investments in the healthcare and education systems, which are mainly supported by contributions to Social Security made by both employers and employees. All citizens, regardless of their financial situation, can access education because it is free at all levels: primary, secondary, and post-secondary. This dedication not only produces a workforce with a high level of education, but also draws in foreign students who add to the cultural diversity of educational establishments. Residents gain from universal coverage in the healthcare system, which guarantees access to medical services without requiring large out-of-pocket payments. The system is intended to minimize financial barriers for patients while delivering high-quality care. The Social Security programs that support families through parental leave policies, unemployment benefits during job transitions or economic downturns, pensions for retirees ensuring financial security in old age, and other welfare initiatives aimed at reducing poverty and inequality account for approximately 21.9% of GDP. These comprehensive social services guarantee that citizens have access to necessary resources, which not only advances social equity but also contributes to general economic stability. Number 2. Small population. With a population of about 683,500, Luxembourg benefits greatly from being a small country in a number of ways that influence the dynamics of its wealth distribution. More efficient governance is made possible by smaller populations because officials can better customize services to meet the needs of the populace without having to deal with the complications that come with larger populations, where a variety of interests may clash or make decision-making more difficult. Because residents frequently have similar interests and values, this demographic structure promotes social cohesion. It also increases community engagement because residents are more likely to take part in local government processes or civic activities. In addition, the distribution of wealth is generally more equitable in smaller populations. As a result, average income levels are higher among the populace in these nations than in larger ones, where systemic inequalities resulting from varying degrees of socioeconomic stratification can exacerbate wealth disparities. Smaller companies also build closer ties with one another and with the government. This collaborative atmosphere leads to creative solutions that are specifically tailored to local problems and boosts economic growth overall by utilizing community resources and shared knowledge. Number 1. Economic resilience and challenges. Despite its remarkable economic performance, which is highlighted by a high GDP per person and a strong financial services sector, Luxembourg faces a number of obstacles that, if not successfully resolved, could have an impact on its future prosperity. An important issue to be concerned about is the aging population. As birth rates decline, life expectancy rises as a result of advances in healthcare technology, and overall living conditions improve over time. This means that the workforce may shrink while at the same time increasing demand for social services intended to support older citizens who, on average, require more healthcare assistance and retirement benefits. This demographic shift calls for reforms aimed at sustaining economic growth through increased labor participation rates among younger generations or attracting skilled immigrants willing to fill gaps left behind by retiring workers within key industries like finance technology sectors, where skill shortages may arise due to a lack of available training programs locally. Furthermore, given how closely linked the finance sector is to the rest of the economy, any downturns or changes to regulations affecting the finance sector could have an outsized effect on the overall economy. Luxembourg's heavy reliance on the financial sector also presents risks related to fluctuations in the global economy. The implementation of reforms aimed at improving labor market flexibility, attracting talent from outside of Europe, and ensuring long-term sustainability resilience against potential future shocks are some of the strategies that policymakers are investigating to address these challenges. Other strategies include diversifying the economy further into technology-driven sectors like fintech and green energy. These specifics show Luxembourg's strengths and challenges as it moves forward into an increasingly complex global landscape, giving a comprehensive understanding of why it is regarded as the wealthiest nation in the world. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel.